Alright, greetings gods and goddesses in training. Welcome back to the channel. It is Uncle Makara, all relations. Today we're talking all about the Tao Te Ching through a flow state lens, okay? Now we are in Aura August. Of course, we had an incredible channeling last night, so I'm still kind of a little bit in that consciousness of Urban and the Lyran Council. However, now I'm embodied into the teachings of the Tao. Now the Tao that can be told is not the eternal Tao, right? But you can still surf it like a god. So in the Tao Te Ching, a specific passage says, empty yourself of everything, let the mind become still. So in a world where we're addicted to information, the Tao teaches that less is the secret flex. Not more thoughts, but less friction. Not adding, but unloading. A clear aura is an emptied aura, a vessel of light, because lights can only pass through what is still open and quiet. So in Jeet Kune Do terms, that's be like water, right? As Bruce Lee would say, water adapts, water flows. Water doesn't grip to anything. It's not clinging to anything. Aura mastery begins when the mind unclenches. Through selfless action, he attains fulfillment. This is Wu, right? The art of non-doing. That isn't laziness, but alignment. It's not forcing, it's not faking, it's not try-hard energy. When you do from ego, you exhaust your light. When you move from source, even stillness becomes radiant. You see, your aura grows when you stop striving to be somebody, and you just are. I think this is one of the main problems with self-help, right? It keeps you chasing your own tail. So stillness is power, right? Your nervous system is almost like a gate. So stillness overcomes heat. Stillness and tranquility set things in order. So I don't want you to look at stillness as a passivity when it's actually a voltage control, right? In a very high frequency world, your nervous system is the tuner of your light. So you regulate your breath, you settle your jaw, you sort of let the mud settle, right? Because clarity is magnetic, and when your field is settled, the chaos of others bends around you. Who can wait quietly while the mud settles? Be that one. Detach to attract, right, is the next wisdom tsunami for you. The sage stays behind, thus he is ahead. Aura wisdom is anti-chase. Clout chasing is aura leakage. Validation seeking is energy draining. Real light doesn't follow anything. It orbits from stillness and a center point, from 0 point. It magnetizes. You don't seek to be seen. You become the mirror that others lose themselves in. Aura August means you're not chasing parts. You're being the whole. Your confidence is not body only. It's not soul only. It's the fusion. And when you stop fragmenting, then your field will stabilize. So this is almost like an integration technology, right? Aura as a multi-dimensional weave. So you don't fix your aura, you remember you are the entire loom. The Tao is called the Great, it is nameless. So when you stop trying to brand yourself, your true frequency brands the world. Your light doesn't come from your name, it comes from your silence, from the part of you before the name, before the trauma, before the strategy. You are not this persona, you're the presence behind the performance. The more he gives to others, the greater his abundance. This is another law. So energy flows where generosity goes. Your aura thickens not by hoarding, but by overflow. And when you bless others, your field multiplies. When you leak envy, it starts to dim, right? This is why so many mystical practices like on evil eye and like energy protection and avoiding psychic attack and all these types of things, right? But really, if you want a radiant aura, you gotta pour out without depletion. You gotta give what you most desire to receive, and you'll start vibrating as the source itself. Aura isn't something you build, it's something you uncover by dying to everything that is not you. So let go of the outcomes and the false controls, and let go of the myth that life must be figured out to be fulfilling. Instead, radiate like the sun, flow like the Tao. Be the Jeet Kune Do of spirit. formless, present, deadly beautiful. I empty, I still, I surrender, I shine. The Tao is not far, the Tao is you, once the noise is gone. The Tao Te Ching says, without going outside, you know the whole world. Without looking through the window, you may see the ways of heaven. Because the signal, it never came through the supplements. You've been polishing your mask while the motherboard of reality is spitting sparks. The Tao doesn't want a better mask, it wants a clear vessel. It doesn't upgrade, it undoes, right? So stillness is the software reset, presence is the debug mode, and charisma is the signal. Presence is messy, it's inarticulated at times. There's bumps on the road, there's hiccups along the way, but the beauty of this thing is the sage acts without doing, teaches without speaking, right? So stop trying to become ready, right? Becoming ready, that's like self-help heroin, right? Show up scared, show up while you're shaking. You know, you speak before the static clears. That's real presence, that's Taoism, right? You beam presence in real time, not when your confidence bar hits 100%. And the Tao moves like water. You've been micromanaging the tide. Just let the tide crash, let it flood. Only then does your aura become an ocean. Returning to the motion of the Tao, yielding is the way of the Tao. Empires burning, good. Reality glitching like a broken simulation, perfect. This is frame control up for grabs. The Tao doesn't cling to a collapsing tower. It walks into the rubble and builds a garden from the dust. So this is like not a spiritual detour or a dead end. It's spiritual activation. You're not here to be safe. You're here to disrupt that old script. You've heard this statement perhaps, those who know do not talk, and those who talk do not know. You're not here to fix your vibe, you're here to feed it with truth. Because you're not a project, right? Self-help makes us feel like we're this endless project, but you're actually a raw transmission. You're cutting through the static like a lightning bolt in a blackout. You are not a self that must be improved. Because the self is a ghost code. The Tao sees through that ghost code. The Tao says, drop the mask, let the wind see your face. Because he does not compete, he does not meet competition. Every moment is a vacuum waiting to be claimed, so stop asking, what should I do, and start being. I am the moment. Your presence disrupts any default shaky reality. You broadcast without effort because your aura is the message. Be really whole, and all things will come to you. Aura is not this glow stick that you're charging under the sun, right? It's not aesthetic. It's the byproduct of radical internal congruence. When your inside world and outside world match, not perfectly, but honestly, that's when you go supernova. If you want real charisma, you gotta speak the unspeakable, stand still in chaos, move when no one gives you permission. That's the Tao. So breathe into your belly in a public space. Say that one line you rehearsed. So what? You get rejected. You're free and immortal, right? The Tao rewards real-time voltage. Be absurd, be unpredictable, be yourself completely. The Tao flows through unfiltered contact. Show up raw, not polished, not ready, just present. You're not here to heal, you're here to burn the mask that said you had to heal. No more tweaking, no more waiting, and no more self-help kabuki theater, okay? This is not spiritual tourism. You're not on the treadmill anymore. You are the lightning, you are the wind, you are the very force of nature that had this video pulled from the algorithm to you so that you can get this download today. You know, there's a few things that I learned from Bobby Hemmett. He was saying something like, y'all still out here bowing to dead men and confused spirits like they're your savior, right? You think ancestors want your polite rituals and pitiful prayers? Hell no. They want a field general, right? They want you to take the throne, not worship the damn chair. So this is what Bobby said, that most New Age, soft heads will miss this, is that power only moves when you move. Spirits don't respect sheep, they respect sovereigns, right? You're not here to be a medium, you're here to be a conductor. Command the damn weather if you got to. Hey, that ain't sacrilege, that's protocol. You don't ask, you declare. Some of y'all are so caught up in their cotton candy consciousness, talking to confused souls like they got their shit together more than you. But half them spirits is just energy lost in an abandoned zoo, needing you to point the direction. You're not praying to them, you're aligning them. You're not hoping for help, you're issuing orders. So all the gods, the Arisas, the Loas, the entities, the spirit guides, okay? If they aren't moving when you're talking, you're probably still talking to them like a damn toddler begging for candy. If you want real power, quit spiritual people pleasing. That polite, please help me energy is why your life is still running on AA batteries when you've got a full nuclear reactor inside of your pineal gland. You're looking for the master? Look in the mirror. That's the lost dragon lesson. That glow ain't Hollywood. It's archetypal. It's alchemical. That's soul tech from the beginning of time. You see, the ancestral line isn't a hierarchy. It's a circulatory system. They're inside you, man. You aren't calling them from the clouds, you're activating them in your blood. You are the goddamn temple and the priest and the fire all in one. Now, let's talk about a word that nobody wants to talk about, which is demonic, okay? I'm not talking about a Hollywood horned creature. I'm talking about the raw, uncut, divine blackness inside of you, that monstrous soul, the ego mind identity, the part of you that doesn't ask for permission, that burns through illusions like acid. They painted these demons black because your shadow is where the gold is buried, and they scared you of waking up and digging. Christ ain't some docile sheep lover floating on clouds. He is the Horus, the Heracles, the Prometheus, a cosmic rebel, a builder and a burner. They conquered energy. They didn't negotiate with it. You think Christ turned the other cheek? No, he came back to dismantle illusions and take the whole system down. And you're next in that lineage. Magic and rituals, that's child's play. You don't need more candles and sigils. You need willpower so concentrated that it cracks timelines. You see, most rituals are just toys for people who don't believe yet. If you want real results, rewire your subconscious, feed it your truth, right? Not the slave script that the world gave you, because your subconscious doesn't reason, it obeys. You program it right and the universe gotta kneel. So quit with the praying, quit with the worship, quit with the dogma, the docility, the God outside of me syndrome. You're not a believer, you're a builder, a beast. This is not myth, this is memory. You are not here to repeat ancient cycles, you're here to complete the prophecy. Let me tell you, young initiates, if you're staying lit, if you're listening right now, hey, join the Primal Sutra Adepts program where we give you that deep transformation, right? You're the front line of the bloodline, and every single ancestor that crossed over, they're just floating software waiting for you, the hardware, to boot them into motion. You feel haunted? That's energy you haven't claimed yet. You feel blocked? That's a spirit you never gave a job to. You feel alone? Well, you've got a spiritual army staring at you like, damn, are we gonna move today or not? So here's the new protocol. Quit praying to them like you're unworthy and speak to them like they live in your bones, because they do. Channel spirits into your breath, put them in your stride, give them work to do, turn grandma's grief into courage, turn uncle's rage into art, turn all of their regrets into fuel for your legacy. Because you are not here to honor the past by staying small, you're here to finish what they started. You're here to finish what they could not. So stop lighting incense to ask for help and start making declarations and reclaiming it yourself. I call on every ancestor with fire in their bones and unfinished business to move through me. You're not the end of your lineage, you are its awakening. So activate them, align them, command them, and let the dead finally breathe through the living again. Now go and do what you were born to do, because your bloodline's watching and waiting for you. Let's get it to the upward spiral, gang. May we never be the same again. Thank you so much for tapping in. It's Aura August, and we gleam in, okay? Let's win. Boom.